Welcome back. This segment is sponsored by the Law Offices of David L. Carrier. Joining us now is our, I keep kicking you, our elder law.
I'm a lawyer, I'm used to it.
Expert David Carrier. And I'm like, don't mean to kick you back here, but that's okay. It fits in here. All right, well, today you've got some interesting questions that have to do with power of attorney, which is something that's big. And you've had some clients that have asked you some questions of things. The first one is power of attorney in general a good idea? This client has one daughter and she's on all my bank accounts. I'm a widow. She does not think so. So what does power of attorney do?
Well, what a power of attorney is when you give someone else the authority to make decisions for you.
Okay.
And you need to do that. You need to get so that if you can't make decisions for yourself, somebody's going to do it.
Right.
And the question is that going to be someone appointed by the probate court? Or is that going to be someone that you've chosen?
You've already chosen to put in your trust.
Right.
Yes.
And usually when you do these powers of attorney, they're sort of bill-paying powers of attorney.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is, you know, I'm happy, healthy, I'm doing fine. Oops, I'm mentally incompetent. No problem. I'll pay your bills, cut the grass, plow the snow. And that's how most powers of attorney are done, so that when we get a hold of them, you know, when we're doing a long-term care plan or someone's in nursing home or something like that, these powers of attorney are typically not very helpful because the goal there was to keep paying the bills till you fall off the cliff. Well, what we're trying to do is get you qualified for whatever benefits are out there so you don't ever fall off the cliff. So when you do a power of attorney, you have to be very, very careful about it. The power, when people say, oh, I have a power of attorney, you don't really know what you're talking about until you read the thing, until you think about, well, why did you do the power of attorney in the first place?
Now, in a trust, which is what I have, we have power of attorney. Ours has who would take our kids if something were to happen to us, who could pull the plug. Very important decision, by the way.
Right.
Yes, there's a whole, it's like, you'd pull the plug too early, you'd pull the plug too early. But you should really look, like, if you're going to go that route, who could be responsible and be the power of attorney?
It's a very, very important decision. Who's going to be the one that you give that authority to? Sometimes we call it the God power. You know, because
it really is in some cases.
Well,
that's what I felt
life
like.
or death. Life or death. So you really do need to think very deeply about who that person is. And one thing that I see a lot, which I don't let my clients do, is they'll put, rather than choosing between, you know, Sally and Billy, they'll put Sally and Billy, which is just like, oh man.
Oh yeah, because then if you get two people that are doing this the whole
time,
and
then they go like this, and different values, and you know, oh my God. And you think, oh, my kids all get along. Oh, really?
They do till that stuff starts, and then it all begins.
That's right.
Now, does financial and medical power of attorney obligate you to pay any outstanding medical bills for a patient?
The short answer is no. The longer answer is it's possible.
Okay.
Whenever you sign, whenever you take someone to the hospital or long-term care facility or whatever it is, when you sign your name to anything, you always want to say comma POA, short for power of attorney.
Right.
And if you're like me, you're going to write across the top before you sign. You're going to say no personal liability, comma Dave Carrier, comma POA.
Okay.
And then you can't, if you put that there, then somewhere hidden in the contract that you're signing where it says, oh, by the way, anybody who signs this is personally liable.
Right.
Well, now at least you've got something to say, you know.
No, I am not personally liable for all these bills in here too.
Now the only way that, and most don't do that. Okay, I'm not saying they do, they don't. But the way that you could become personally liable is if you waste assets, and if you exceed the authority that's granted by the power of attorney. Power of attorney is not just a simple document, oh, everyone's got a power of attorney, it's all very simple. Every power of attorney depends on the words in the power of attorney. You just got to do it right.
Yeah.
You know, and if you do, things will go well. And if you don't, you know, one of the greatest frustrations I have is when we're working with a family, they did a plan, they've got a trust, they've got powers of attorney, but the goal of the power of attorney was just keep paying the bills. And it's like, wait a second, wait, time out. I want to stop paying the bills. I want to be able to preserve some of these assets. I want to make sure that you don't go broke in the nursing home. And if you don't have a power of attorney that's very specifically designed to give the person those powers, you don't have that authority. and you're going to wind up broke anyway, which is what you
want to prevent, and the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
All right, very interesting topics. Lots to learn about that. And there are a couple of upcoming Life Plan workshops scheduled as well. For more information, call 616-361-8400 or go online to davidcarrierlaw.com. We've also put this information on our website, WZZM13.com. Just click on the Take 5